Let's go ahead and take a look at the Class C airspace now. So if you remember from this chart, we had looked at the Class B from Miami. I'm going to show you a Class C airspace on this chart, which is Fort Lauderdale. And you can see it's actually interesting because it is touching the Class B airspace. It is abutted to the Class B airspace. And it's the dark magenta right here. So we have a much easier type of airspace. We have starting at the surface all the way to 4,000 feet right in the center, and then 1,200 feet to 4,000 feet right on the edge. Now remember, these altitudes are MSL, and because Fort Lauderdale is really close to the to sea level, it's actually 65 feet altitude. We'll take a look at that in the next chapter, but 65 feet elevation. So this airport is essentially at sea level, and so MSL is the same as AGL in this case. So that's what it looks like. There are a few around the countries that are going to be class Charlie. You can see them pretty easily when I zoom out. See, there's another one right here, and that's going to be West Palm Beach. Now, West Palm Beach has another really interesting one. We have starting at 1,200 to 4,000 feet, surface to 4,000, 1,600 here. There's a bar, so this area is 1,600 to 4,000 feet. More than likely because there's an airport located right here. Okay, so they don't have it starting too low. Gives a chance for people to take off and get clearance right after they take off. Again, 4,000 to 1,200 right here, or 1,200 to 4,000, I should say. And again, that's kind of the shape of the airport. Fairly straightforward. There's another one here on this side, which is going to be Southwest Florida International right here. And the same thing. This is a really simple one. Surface to 4,000, 1,200 to 4,000, all the way around. Two circles, and very simple shape. I wanted to show you the one around the Class Bravo airspace for Orlando. It's on a different chart. So let me actually download that chart real quick and then show you. Actually, instead of showing you downloading another chart, I'm just going to use the SkyVector a lot quicker. So if I zoom in right here on SkyVector, what you see is this is the Orlando Sanford. So it's touching the Class Bravo airspace for Orlando International Airport, which is really complex. I mean, it looks super busy in here because there is a ton of little lakes and obstacles and just things that you need to see. So it just looks extremely busy. But if you look on the top, here's the Class Charlie airspace for Orlando Sanford. And what I wanted to show you in here is that T, okay? It says 1,300 to T. And T, what it means, it's touching the next underlying airspace, which you can see here is Class Bravo airspace. See that blue sign, that blue area here, and that blue area is Class Bravo starting at 3,000 feet all the way to 10,000. So what this means is that Class Charlie airspace here starts at 1,300 feet and goes all the way to 2,999, so 3,000 not included. So T, that's what it means basically up until the next underlying airspace. They couldn't put 30 in here because technically it does not go to 30. So what they said is instead it goes to the next underlying airspace, which is Class Bravo airspace. Same for the center here, surface to T, so surface to 3,000 feet or 2,999. So once you get to 3,000 feet, you are in Class Bravo airspace and you need to have a clearance. I think I mentioned it in the slides. This is one of those airports where you basically take off and then you have to request a clearance to enter Class Bravo airspace immediately. All right, I just wanted to show you this. There's quite a few Class Charlie airspace in Florida. There's another one here for Daytona, and again, that's a simple one. Surface to 4,000, 1,200 to 4,000. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this from a SketchUp perspective to give you an idea of what it looks like in SketchUp. So in SketchUp, what we have is I'm going to leave the Class B airspace because I wanted you to see it, and I'm going to turn around right here, and I'm going to show you there's only one on this sectional chart, and it is located in Tucson. And if I can get my bearings here, I know where Tucson is. There it is. All right, so here's the Class C airspace for Tucson, and what you see is the dark magenta line right here. So I'm going to turn on my layer for Class C airspace, which is right here. And here you have it. It is, again, that airport is pretty high up in elevation in Tucson. That airport is at 2,600 feet elevation. So what you see in here is on top of the layer, and it's two different airports, one next to the other. There's I think it's an Air Force base that's also touching right there. So they're sharing a Class C airspace, which is why I wanted to show it to you, because it kind of looks cool. It kind of looks like a stem cell. But the bottom layer right here starts at the surface all the way to 4,000 feet AGL, above ground level. So in this case, it is displayed as 6,600. Okay, you see it kind of right here. Let me turn off the visibility. Oops, I can't do that. And let me do this. There you go. So 4,200 to 6,600, those are MSL feet, but if you look at it in terms of AGL, it's 4,000 feet above the ground. So that's what that layer tops at here, 6,000 feet, 6,600, and then the base of it is at 4,200 for that layer. And then the other base layer is at the surface. Okay? So that's Class Charlie airspace. And I wanted to show it to you at a high altitude so you can see what it looks like in terms of the marking on the chart. So let's go back to the slide. We'll talk about Class Delta airspace.